The bishop sprinkled water on the flowers once a week and blessed the garden statues to keep his hand in, so to speak. The actress fussed and cleaned the house and cleaned the blocked-up drain and thought about the day she moved from Crewe to Rayners Lane. You know, she said, it seems a shame we never seem to meet or socialize in any way with people from our street. Why don't we throw a party here? Then everyone could see what good and friendly neighbors you and I to them could be. A week went by, and then one night a crowd of people drew up to the drive and to the door of number 22. The Turners came, the Cuthberts, and the Gears from 32, and Mrs. Beak with Tracy, and a monkey from the zoo. They all converged on 22, and very soon were seeing on faces smiles of friendship, where once sneers and frowns had been. The bishop spoke to Mrs. Sly. From number 54, she said, "My word, I do believe I've seen your face before." "It's Ethel White." He nearly choked. "My God, it's really you. You left me broken-hearted back in 1942. The years rolled back, and once again his hands were numb with cold. A lad of Bain, his coat threadbare and old. A pretty Bradford lass walked by. The young lad stole her hat. She couldn't reach his hand too high, so she stamped upon his boot, and he swore he would get her as he hobbled on one foot. But she took his grimy hand in hers, and by the factory door she showed him something special that he'd never seen before. They said they'd love another, and that love like theirs was rare. This dearest, darling Ethel was a prize beyond compare. Now, 21, at last a man, and Ethel still 19. He thought theirs was the greatest love the world had ever seen. One Friday, in his upstairs room, his dad was up the pub. She told him tears that she was in the club. She said their love could never be, their days together few. The father of her baby was his neighbor, Henry Pugh. He stood quite still, his face turned pale. He stared at her aghast. Her treachery, her cunning was revealed to him at last. His anger knew no limit. As he seized a wooden chair, it hurtled through a window. It landed who knows where. The chair was meant for Ethel White, but just in time she fled. For all he knew, to Henry Pugh, and nothing more was said. Now, here she was in Rayners Lane. The years had not been kind, reminding him of Bradford and the life he'd left behind. "I never married Henry Pugh. I married Cyril Sly," she said, just as they parted. But she didn't mention why. The actress and the bishop thought the party had gone well, and all the guests were satisfied, as far as they could tell. On a hillside up in Bradford stands the grave of Henry Pugh. He was struck down by a flying chair in 1942.